Neil, just a few days on after our visit to Tynecastle, how's training been this week? How have the boys reacted?
Yeah, fine. Very good. Still sort of getting their full fitness levels up. Obviously, it's still very early, and we're a couple of weeks away from obviously the league campaign. But yeah, there was a lot of things that pleased me about our performance. After we had an initial, shaky start, I thought we grew into the game and controlled it for long periods, which, going away to Tynecastle, not many teams do that. So it shows how far we've progressed, but it also showed how far more we need to progress to be the team that we want to be.
We've had this free week to have a good go on the training field. Has that allowed the new guys to settle in and get their feet under the table and really prepare for Dumbarton this weekend?
Well, it gives them more of a chance to work with us, and there's obviously other things to take into consideration, i.e. living accommodation, getting to know the players, and then obviously the training aspects. So yeah, the likes of Shea, Rory, some of them had played in the bounce game against Rangers on Tuesday, which was hugely beneficial for everyone involved. And the rest have been training as a group of 14, 15. So yeah, it's been a very good week. I'm really pleased with the players. Obviously, wasn't pleased with giving away the penalties in the manner that we did. So that's game management that hopefully we'll take on board. But and that was at a stage of the game where we looked really comfortable and thought we were, if anyone was going to get something out of the game, it would have been us. But we have to learn from that. The individuals have to learn from that. And different game against Dumbarton, where we're expected to win, obviously, and I want us to be really focused and win the game, because I want to get out of this group still.
What do you make of Dumbarton heading there on Saturday? A big turnover in players for them this summer. Have you been able to get much analysis done on them?
It was at the game watched them against Stirling on Tuesday evening. I know Steve Farrell well. My son was there a few years ago when they got promoted. They had, unfortunately, administration problems last year, and sometimes that's out of the hands of a coach. But they played really good football on Tuesday. The game ebbed and flowed until the sending off for Stirling, and it handed the initiative to Dumbarton, and they took it. So, we're not expecting an easy game by any means, but a game where I want us to really sort of impose our game on them.
Real exciting news for the supporters today, with John and Andrew Todd both signing 2-year contract extensions. How pleasing is that for those guys to be given that reward so early on in the campaign?
Well, we think they're good players, and we think they've got a bright future in the game. And obviously, the Dunfermline boys have come through the ranks here. We know what the club means to them, but we are more than happy to extend them because we think they've got talent. And obviously, John made his debut, thrown into the deep end, handled it brilliantly. He's had a very good pre-season, and I'm hoping he'll kick on. There will be little dips as we go along in the season, but that's to be expected from a young player. And Andy, we think, is another talented player, totally different from John. He's a good mover with the ball, attacks with both feet, and has real high football intelligence. So yeah, we're delighted to get those two signed up and settled in.
In terms of Andy and his fitness, is he back available yet?
Yeah, he played 45 on Tuesday, and he trained today. So yeah, he'll be in the squad for the weekend.
And how else are we looking squad-wise? Everybody fit and available?
It's only Zeke, really. Zeke Cameron, he popped his thigh in Bulgaria. He's still maybe a week away. And Sam Young's still, got an ongoing back problem, which, hopefully with a bit of rest, they'll get him back up and running in a few weeks. But he's missed a lot, Sam, with the injury. So he's got a lot of physical work to be done before he comes back into the footballing group.
And just a word for the fans as well, real encouragement. You mentioned it after the game against Hearts, and just hoping for the same at Dumbarton this weekend.
Well, I'm hoping for a win and give the fans something to smile about. I thought the support at Tynecastle was unbelievable. They were fantastic, and that gives me and gives everyone else a taste of what we can achieve here together at the club. So, yeah. The potential here from a fan base point of view is huge, and I want to tap into that now.